I told you 50 miles would be here before you knew it. Good morning, YouTube. What's up, everybody? I hope you're safe and healthy and happy and doing okay. Couple things before we get started today. The first one is I just want to thank you all for sending Ruby some well wishes when she wasn't feeling so well. She seems to be doing better. Fingers are crossed. And she's also laying right here. See her? Right there. And the other thing I do want to thank you for is helping me to get to 10,000 subscribers. It's totally insane, beyond my wildest dreams. I know I say it every time, but I truly did not think this channel would have more than like 50 subscribers. So to hit 10,000s, be in the double-digit thousands range, that doesn't make sense. Without you, none of this would be possible, and I cannot wait to see where we go from here. And with that, today we are talking about the Hoka Mach 4. I know there are other shoes that need a full review before this one, but quite frankly, I didn't care. Just wanted to run in the Mach 4, which is probably a hint about how I feel about this wonderful shoe. And we're gonna talk about all that today, but first, of course, the running footage. Hit it, Rube. With how I structure my full reviews, let me give you a rundown. First, we're going to go over the specs. Then we're going to talk about the upper, the midsole, the outsole, the price of the shoe, and then my conclusions on the shoe. And that's where I'm going to rate it out of 5 stars. So if it's the best shoe I've ever worn and I never want to take it off my feet, it's going to be 5 stars. Had to think about that for a second. And if it's the worst shoe I've ever worn and I never want to wear it again, it's going to be 1 star. Then at the end, I'll throw up a screen with the pros and the cons so you can get a visual idea of what I liked and what I disliked. And last but not least, I do want to let you know that this shoe was provided to me by Hoka and Running Warehouse. However, they're not going to see this before you. They can't tell me what to say, and I ain't getting paid to make this video. And with that, let's start with the specs. The Hoka Mach 4 is 7.1 ounces for a women's size 8, but for my size, 10.5 women's, this is actually a men's size 9, which is the equivalent to a 10.5 women's. The shoe came in at 8.2 ounces. It has a 5mm drop, which I believe to be 35mm of stack in the heel and 30 in the forefoot. And the Hoka Mach 4 is true to size for me, but what I will say is that Hoka sizing can be a little bit wonky sometimes. So if you're able to maybe try this on at your local running store and purchase it there, or if you want to order maybe 2 sizes and return the one that doesn't fit, that might be your best option. It's just sometimes they can be a little bit funny, but for me, this worked. It was true to size. The upper of the Mach 4 is an engineered mesh. It's fairly breathable, pretty soft too. In the midfoot, we don't have any overlays, although the fit doesn't suffer because of that. And if we move to the back, the heel counter is very sturdy. They're calling this the anatomical heel / pull tab, which helps to improve slipping on the shoe. So like I said, the upper of this shoe is breathable. It's not the most breathable upper that I've ever tried, but it definitely will get the job done, especially in like a white color. This is probably a little bit hot for summer, but I think it's gonna be fine during those hotter months that we're approaching now. And honestly, the upper doesn't look like it has a scratch on it. Maybe just some dirt, but I found it to be pretty durable. As I talked about in my first run impressions, I think that this shoe is going to be good for a bunch of different foot types because it's not super narrow in that midfoot area, and the toe box is also average in terms of width. I know I said that there aren't a ton of overlays in the midfoot, and there's not, but I think what helps with that fit that we still managed to get in the shoe is the gusseted tongue. I feel like it really wraps your midfoot in nice and comfortably. The shoe is very comfortable. The upper is great. The one thing I do wish they would kind of change are these laces. They're long and kind of skinny and just kind of flopping around everywhere, but it's really minor. And I didn't get any hot spots, blisters, or irritation whatsoever in the Mach 4. Kudos to Hoka here. I think they did a really nice job executing this upper. Now for the midsole of the Mach 4, Hoka is using their Profly foam as the top layer, which is this darker, grayer portion here. And then on the bottom, which is also acting as the outsole, we have Rubberized EVA. And this combo makes for a really soft but bouncy and responsive, just fun ride. The first thing that I'll say is that in the course of 50 miles, this shoe hasn't changed a bit in terms of ride. And I know some of you are probably saying, well, yeah, it's only 50 miles. What could possibly change? But you'd be surprised how many shoes that I try that do feel different after 50 miles. That's not the case here. This feels just how it did when I took it out of the box. Like I said, it's a bouncy, soft, and just a fun, nice, smooth ride. It's like butter under your foot. And because it's soft, I had no issues with some of my longer runs. I'll admit that I haven't been doing like really long mileage lately because I was having some aches and pains and all that kind of stuff. But I have no doubt that it could go over a half marathon distance without a doubt. And because of that bottom layer of rubberized EVA, the shoe does really well when you want to pick up the pace. When I took the shoe out for those tempo day runs, it performed really nicely. It's a daily trainer by all means, but it wants to go fast and it wants to prove to you that it can go fast. You start to feel that bounce and that spring just a little bit more. If I didn't have other shoes to test out, then the Mach 4 would probably be the go-to shoe for me 99% of the time right now. If I had to make one critique of the Mach 4, I would say that this shoe has an early stage meta rocker, which means it helps to roll you forward in your stride. And the feeling of that meta rocker isn't really there so much for me. I wish I felt that roll just a little bit more. The ride of this shoe is super versatile, and I think it just wants to do what the runner wants to do that day. You want to go long and easy, it can go long and easy. You want to go up tempo, it can go up tempo. Sometimes midsoles with two different types of foams can kind of miss the mark, fall flat, and just not really work well together. That could not be further from the case in the Mach 4. The Profly mixed with the rubberized EVA is a sweet combination. In my first run impressions, I called it the chef's kiss. And while I cringe at myself for having said that, I will still co-sign that this is the chef's kiss, okay? The outsole of the Mach 4 is rubberized EVA. There's absolutely no rubber on the shoe whatsoever. I am definitely seeing some wear here, quite a bit, especially in the forefoot. But I'll tell you, I really don't feel it while I'm running. Like, I don't think that the traction suffers because of it. But what I will say about it is that I only have 50 miles in this shoe. If you have 200 miles on this shoe, this outsole probably looks totally wrecked. And I don't know what the traction would be like at that point. So while I do love how the rubberized EVA complements the midsole, I sort of wish that Hoka had implemented some blown rubber here. Not a ton, just a little bit, just to give it more traction and durability, because the rest of the shoe is pretty durable. And it's kind of a bummer that the outsole might be the reason why you can't take this shoe super long mileage. If you have the Mach 4 and you have upwards of 200 miles in it, let me know in the comments down below how it's holding up for you, if the traction's suffering, something that I am interested in knowing. The Hoka Mach 4 is $129.95 on runningwarehouse.com, which I think is a really good price for a shoe that can do a lot of different things. You're getting a daily trainer workhorse, a long run day shoe, a tempo day shoe, all for just $130, which is kind of badass. If you're interested in picking up a pair of the Mach 4, I will put a link in the description of this video down below. Keep in mind, this is an affiliate link with Running Warehouse. However, that doesn't mean much for you. It just helps out my channel so I can put you onto shoes like the Mach 4, because I think you should give this one a shot. In my opinion, Hoka really hit it out of the park with the Mach 4. Like I said in my first run impressions video, I've been a big fan of Clifton's pretty much all of my running career. I love the Rincon, but the Mach 4 sort of kicks those to the side and takes the spotlight in my running shoe rotation. And for that reason, I'm giving the Hoka Mach 4 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think that the Mach 4 can appeal to a lot of different runners, different strides, different experience levels. It doesn't matter to get in this shoe. It can and it wants to do it all. I did deduct it a little bit because of the outsole wear and because I wish I could feel that Meta Rocker technology just a little bit more. But other than that, I got nothing. All right, now let's throw up a screen with the pros and the cons. For pros, I have the comfortable upper, the midsole foam combo of that Profly and that rubberized EVA, that it's versatile and can do a lot of different types of runs. I have the durability of the upper and the midsole, and I have the price of the shoe. I think that $130 is a good deal for a shoe that can do a lot of different stuff. And for cons, I have the outsole wear. I am concerned about how this is gonna hold up once you have triple digits on this shoe. And I wish I could feel that early stage Meta Rocker just a little bit more. And there you have it, 4.5 out of 5 stars for the Hoka Mach 4 right here. If you have not tried this shoe out yet, I highly suggest that you do. I've really enjoyed running in it, and I said in my first run impressions that I hadn't been this excited about a shoe since the Endorphin Speed from Saucony, and I still agree with that. I am very excited about the Mach 4 still. It will still stay in my rotation despite the fact that I have other shoes that I really should be running in, but I just can't help it because I enjoy this so much. Well, that concludes my full review of the Hoka Mach 4. If you enjoyed this video, please like it down below and subscribe. And when you're done with all that, hit the notifications bell down below so you can find out every time I upload a new video. Give this shoe a try, give this shoe a try. I have some more videos for you guys next week, but in the meantime, get out there, get on the grind, and don't forget to run like Heller. See you next time. So who can relate to this? My hair is like this because I am going out to dinner later and I don't want to wash it again. I want to preserve it. So we're running with a low ponytail, which I would never do. We're gonna see how it works. If you have this problem, if you've had this problem, let a girl know. Am I the only one? I can't be.